All right, shalom, shalom. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Hashem Shai, to Wabla Yallah. Peace, salutation to all the Akim pushing the truth. I want to start in Revelation um 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Woe is destruction. The second world war is past, and the third world war is coming. It's going to be in the middle of the Valley of Jehoshaphat, otherwise known as the Middle East. All right. And America's going to be sent over there, which they are over there. But they're going to go over there to what? Defend the Israelis. And that's what they're doing right now. Prophecy is already moving forward. Joel 2 and 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, which is the American military. It's the land of the north, North America, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate over there in those regions. Afghanistan, Iraq. It's just very barren and desolate, a bunch of mountains, deserts. And his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, which is what? When you go into it, that region, you have the Red Sea, and then you have on this side what you see the Arabian Sea. So this whole area in between, right, which is Saudi Arabia and everything, these two different seas. The East Sea is the Red Sea, and the utmost sea is the other. And his thing shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things, right? The Lord's going to send the American military to get destroyed over there. And that's why you see on the news,
Step into Refresherland with Dunkin' Refreshers. Kick back with Black Cherry. Bold and tart. New flavors are right around the bend. Like our latest Pink Pineapple, a tropical refresh. Dunkin' Refreshers, a world of delicious flavors to choose from.
damn.
The Pentagon has identified 2 U.S. service members killed in the Middle East. The Defense Department says Private Isabella Gonzalez and First Lieutenant Tyler James Feehan
right, so
died in an Iran.
what you see here is Pentagon releasing names of 2 service members killed in strikes. All right, and Jordan attack. All right, Jordan is it's called Jordan now, but that's the land of Edom, you know. And these Israelis, they're actually in our land, but that's where they come from. They come from Mount Seir, all right, which is over there in Jordan. All right, but you got U.S. military or the Northern Army going over there, and they're not going over there in droves, but they're going over there and they're being killed. And they're not giving accurate numbers as to how many Americans are, dying over there and stuff. And people hate it. These beautiful lives were lost for no reason, blah, blah, blah. Letting you know, Babylon the Great is divided. Go grab Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother. and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Egypt is synonymous with bondage. All right, it means the house of bondage, and it's talking about America, Babylon the Great, which is the house of bondage. And these people are modern day Egyptians. And this place is divided. All right, they going at each other, whether it be Democrat against Republican, conservative versus liberal, white versus black, or whatever you want to call it. This place is just a melting pot full of different ideologies. Just that's why it's Babylon the Great. Babylon means confusion. It says, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof." That's right. For a long time, the military preparation and planning was acute and on point, and they executed supposedly very well according to their historic history. But what do we know? Because Esau is just a big ass liar to try to make himself look like he's some big bad wolf. But nevertheless, when he dropped those atomic bombs near Hiroshima, Nagasaki, that was when everybody saying, "Oh shit, this nigga means business," right? And that's why it says in the book of Joel, chapter 3, it says the weak shall say, "I am strong." All right, you got motherfuckers going to war with these Middle Eastern, or as you would call it, so-called Middle Eastern, West Asia countries, finding out, oh shit, these niggas got hands. They catching bodies. We actually, we ain't prepared for this. All right, it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards, right? Which is going into the just like ancient Egypt had magicians and those that practice black magic, you know, this place is also paganistic in that origin as well. Edomites don't believe in the Most High. They don't serve Yahweh Shemashai. They serve Satan, the devil, Lucifer. Okay, it's pretty much they're the physical manifestation of Satan upon the earth. All right, that's why it talks about standing out with thine enchantments. All right, the well-favored harlot of mistresses. Matter of fact, let me go grab that. Um, Nahum 3:4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, and the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashai of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. That's right. So everybody's going to be hissing at the plagues. All right, as the scripture said, was this the man that did shake kingdoms? Because the Lord is going to basically expose this place, bust it wide open, so to speak. By what? Popping on it, plaguing it. All right, sending other nations to go to war with it, destabilizing its economy. Because most of American money is through what? Interest rates from loans. They actually don't create anything, So it's import, export. That's why it talks about the shipmasters, the delicacies. All right, they wax rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Revelation 18:4. For all nations are drunk of the wine of her wrath, and of fornication And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth wax rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right. All right. The ship trade, the trade, everything is being traded through and insulated by the American economy. The world standard is the American dollar, the U.S. dollar. So they got power over all of these nations of people. That's why they all come here to get their business and send it back home. All right, people that are migrating here, looking for long-term um, employment, and they want to live here. So yeah, all of this adds up. All right. Nevertheless, this place was built by rape, robbery, and murder. So when you establish a city with rape, robbery, and murder, it's going to be destroyed because it's not built. It's not built. Uh, Matter of fact, let me go grab it. Yep, this is a good one. Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity. In America, nothing but a big city. That's why you're known as a citizen. All right. So yeah. World War III. Um, so it's pretty much already popping off, right? And then pretty much what we're waiting for is Russia to intervene with this Iran American war, all right? Because Russia's going to intervene and protect Iran, okay? This Ezekiel chapter 38 and 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, meaning the Lord is going to yank them, all right, and make them fight. Because right now they dealing with their own Ukrainian shit, right? But it says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. When you put a hook in somebody's jaw, you pulling them, you gonna yank them in there, you know? It says, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. And you know about the Libyans, wasn't it the Americans that killed Gaddafi? Wasn't Gaddafi a Libyan president? Let's go grab that. Was Gaddafi Libyan? Yes, Muammar Gaddafi was Libyan. See? He was overthrown and killed. Wait, when was that? Muammar Gaddafi, military officer and former prime minister. He's killed in 2011. Didn't America kill Gaddafi? Yes, the U.S. was directly involved, although the final blow was delivered by local Libyan militia fighters. U.S. and NATO airstrikes disabled Gaddafi's fleeing convoy in Sirte. Yeah, and Gaddafi was the one that was trying to give Louis Farrakhan $1 billion, which the U.S. denied. So yeah, Russia defends Libya, Iran, Ethiopia, with them all of them shield and helmet. That's right. So Russia is another world superpower that has what? Military capabilities, nuclear missiles, hypersonic missiles. And that's why in Revelation 20 and 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are on the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, go gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, compassed the camps of the saints about, right? And the beloved city, which is the election, right? The elect chosen of Israel. And fire came down of heaven, from the most high out of heaven, and devoured them. So them missiles, they're gonna pass us up. But they're gonna come right here to this devil. They're gonna come right here to Satan, which is the adversary of the Most High, which is the ruler of this world, Esau, right? Who's out here deceiving everybody after that 1,000 year period, um, where he fell during the Dark Ages, or what you would call the Byzantine Empire, where he wasn't ruling, but then he painted over all of our depictions and icons as if he was Anglo-Saxon, or he was an Anglo or a Saxon, and he wasn't. The so-called white man has never been a monarchy. They've never had kings. They've always been Caesars and Medes or Herod or Idumeans or Greeks or like I said, Caesars. They've never had kings. They've never been a monarchy. So just another lie. Anyways, and they went up in the breadth of the earth and compassed the saints about in the beloved city, right? The Bayath Dawadah, right? The house of David. And fire came down from the most high of heaven and devoured them, and that devil that deceived them were cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever, which is pretty much America's getting destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles. Every nation that has nuclear missile capability aim their arrows over here at this place. So that it's not doesn't mean that there's a place underground that you burn. That's nonsense. That's like uh that's like Greek mythology and shit like that. It's a myth. But just as the Lord destroyed the earth with water by way of the flood. Speaking of floods, been a lot of that happening lately. The Lord's going to destroy the earth with fire. All right, that's why it says in Malachi 4:1, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. And those nuclear missiles, the nuclear missile capabilities have the ability to make the earth 5 times hotter than the sun. All right, with that explosion, man, it'll be great noise and great heat. All right, so anyways, that's what's coming forth in this next world war. Um, Pretty you edified.